What's up, everybody? This is Keep in Tune with Carl Schmidt. Welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to talk about women's mental health. The last episode, we talked about men's mental health, and I kind of want to just give my take on the whole situation when it comes to women's mental health. Now, I know I'm not the expert on this, and I know I truly don't have a lot to say on it. Or actually, not that I don't have a lot to say, is that I don't have well, I'm not a woman. So I really, can't say too much on it, but I will say that there are a lot of things that people don't understand when it comes to women's mental health. Now, there are so many things that influence it, right? And there is a very large percentage of women who do have mental illness of some sort. And I was reading an article the other day, and the article was saying that 53% of women from the age of 16 to 24 have some sort of mental illness due to either it being physical or mental abuse, and it causes some form of trauma or post-traumatic stress. Now, I'm no mathematician here, but 53%, that's insanely high. Like, that is absolutely scary to even think about. So, why is it that as we proceed here, why is it so high? Why? Good question. It's because we are allowing it to happen. These people sweeping it under the rug, keeping it behind closed doors. On top of that, women are afraid to come forward with it because we, as a society, deem to not accept it. Now, we are becoming much more accepting that it does happen, right? Because of this statistical data, we're able to understand, like, wow, it does happen a lot more, because 53% is way too high, and it shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be that high. It should be zero, really. So, that's one of the mental stressors and mental health issues that some women, and it's stated, 16 to 24, and I'm sure in different age demographics, you're looking at a even bigger number, right? Than 53. You're looking at, if you take the vast majority of women and then you do a percentage, it could be anywhere from 60 to 70%, which is, and this is just me spitballing, I don't know that for a fact, but that would, if it's 53% of the age of 16 to 24, I don't know, you tell me. Another thing that does create mental health issues for women is social media today. You see all of these celebrities, these social media influencers, these fitness gurus talking about try this, do that to look like this. And little do you know is that they're taking performance enhancing drugs to look that way, or they're destroying their body with different types of chemicals that help burn fat, or they're just getting surgery to look that way. We need to get rid of this dynamic, this whole idea that you have to look a certain way to be considered attractive, beautiful, and so on. I understand that this has been a thing in the world for thousands upon thousands of years, right? Every country has their idea of beautiful and their idea of the most attractive. Great, I understand that. But you're also deteriorating people because you're making them have to feel this way, because you're influencing them through something that they use to pass time or post about themselves. There are people who are afraid to post themselves, to post full body pictures, because of what society is doing to women, what society is telling women how they should look or what they should be doing. If you're a woman and you don't want to do this or look like this, or you're feeling like a failure because you can't achieve this, that's not your fault. That is society's fault for creating this image of what they believe needs to be and it getting influenced into you. So we need to do better. Another mental health issue that comes up in one of the articles I was reading They were talking about postnatal depression. So if you don't know what that is the depression that comes within, they said, around a year post birth of a child, right? And they were saying that a lot of the issues that come along with that are stemmed from, there's a I guess, difficulty bonding with the child. There's bats of depression, irritability, the body image issues come into play there as well, because people, they don't really post about a woman's body post birth. They don't talk about it. Now, I'm not saying that you should post about post what a woman's body looks like after birth, but if this is the route we're headed, that social media is the end all be all influence, and like news and whatever it could be, right? That is the influence for us to learn and to understand that not everyone's going to look like this influencer, this fitness guru, this celebrity who has all this money to do all of these things and change themselves to fit with trends so they can stay in the loop, stay popular. Then I think that we should talk about it. We should bring those images out into the light. Show, hey, you could still be beautiful, which is true. You could still be beautiful after you have a child. There's nothing. That's one of the most beautiful things in the world, is bringing a child into this world and being a mother. Like it's a beautiful thing. And yet we still bash women for, breastfeeding in public. Like, you're feeding a child. Like, what? I get it, we're in a different time, but if you think about it, that's a natural thing. And if you're going to sexualize someone performing a natural act, you need to reevaluate yourself, buddy. And that also breeds mental issues as well. So it's like, I can't feed my child out in public because I'm being sexualized for pulling my breast out to feed my child, when that's a natural thing to do. You're objectifying that woman. I mean, and that's another thing, like the objectification of women and the over sexualization. So you're going to tell me that, like, I understand that we have sex workers, we have porn stars, we have women who are bikini models, lingerie models, whatever it may be. Okay, but that's their niche. That's their job. That's what they do. Okay, they are sexualizing themselves, but they're doing it themselves, not being sexualized without their own actual input into it. But if you're a woman and you're being sexualized by a man and that's not your goal, you're not intending to be sexualized, that breeds mental health issues. It breeds a form of emotional trauma. It does, because think about it. Like, say if it were me and I posted a photo of myself and I was getting these lewd comments about, like, oh, next time show more of your ass, or next time, wear less clothes. That would make me feel extremely uncomfortable. So you're creating trauma by continuing to talk like this to women. And there's just so much influence. It's not even just their inner circles. It's social media. It's society is creating all of these problems. And now we're having to catch up in the psychology world, in the mental health world, to figure out how to combat this in some sort of way. So if you think that any of this is true, or if you think that I'm talking out of my ass, let me know in the comments. I understand that I'm a man and this is not the topic for me to truly talk about, but these are just some of the things I've witnessed and some of the things I've read about that seem to be pretty prevalent today. So if you truly think that I'm wrong, please let me know. If you think I'm on the right track, let me know in the comments below. And also don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do want to talk about the reason why I talk about these things, why I decided to be open about this and not feel afraid to talk about it anymore. There's a reason behind it, and I would love for you to be there for when I do release that video sometime soon. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, if you want to keep in tune, you've got to stay in tune with Carl Schmidt. I'll see you guys soon.